This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Welcome to Meet China. I'm Julian Wacken. Today we're diving into China's vibrant cultural and environmental innovations, from the soaring popularity of birdwatching in Beijing to the rise of bamboo as a game-changing sustainable material and the breathtaking theatrical spectacle reviving the ancient wonders of Dunhuang. This is Meet China. Birdwatching isn't just a hobby, it's an adventure. It's a journey of whispers, a symphony of wings, and a quest for wonder. As migratory birds take flight on their epic journeys, we join Beijing's thriving bird-watching community, where a love for nature brings people together and offers endless joy and inspiration.
When you're truly enjoying what you do, you can't really feel very difficult. I used to be a very stressful person at work and at home. So for everything, I wanted a plan A and a plan B and a plan C for all the little things. But birding is a lot more unpredictable. So now I've learned to relax, to embrace the journey instead of the destination. My name is Liz Zhang. I work as a PM in the fintech industry. And recently I have become a volunteer at an NGO called Friends of Nature, assisting their birdwatch tours.
Staring directly at the sun is very dangerous for our eyes. Also, when taking pictures or using a telescope for observation, we must stand still and not move around. Come here happily and go back safely.
Birding definitely made my life a lot healthier than before, in both the physical aspect and the spiritual aspects. So to go fully hardcore birding, you need to be strong. The equipments could add up, and they're very, very heavy. And the camera and the lenses add up to 2 to 5 kilograms. A monocular with a tripod could be also around 1 to 5 kilograms. And carrying all that and walk to up to 10 to 20 kilometers a day. And that's only the physical part. Waking up at 4 a.m. in order to catch spring migration at 6 a.m. is called a day-to-day operations here. I guess the biggest surprise is all the friends I've made along the way. I definitely wasn't a social person before birding because my hobbies were like running by myself, yoga by myself, writing by myself. You get the gist of it. So of course I bird by myself too, but this game is in particular a lot easier when you play as a team.
Zhangxi and I met at a birdwatching event in Olympic Forest Park. Birdwatching has been incredibly beneficial to me, and to many other friends as well. It's like we suddenly became capable of waking up early. Our appreciation for nature has also grown stronger. I used to choose a different city or go abroad for traveling, but now I find that visiting the park near home, even 100 times a year, doesn't feel boring at all. I've improved my ability to truly appreciate nature, and this is the biggest change for me.
Through bird watching, I've not only come to appreciate the beauty of nature, but also enhanced my environmental awareness. For example, there's a large seabird called the albatross. Its natural lifespan is quite long. However, people found that one had died unexpectedly, and inside its body they discovered a lighter. A piece of trash we casually discard might have a severe impact on birds.
Whenever my eyes and ears are fully occupied by birding, it temporarily frees me from something else. It's like a vacuum machine, vacuuming me from this real world, per se. I don't think about work, the stress, the anxieties, and the blues. Mother Nature is a sanctuary for our friends with wings, and they've become my sanctuary. In my line of work, there's always limited resources, hence priorities. I'd also like to believe that life is not a zero-sum game. I try not to subtract things from my life, but merge birding into them. For instance, when I practice playing the piano, I visualize the scenery from last weekend, and I use my piano recordings for my birding videos. When I train for trail running, I bring my binoculars with me, and I even entertain the idea of founding a trail running birders club, because there's always another approach to life. So I've met so many amazing birders from different fields all across the world, like Terry, and they really opened up my eyes in all kinds of ways. Not only to a whole new world of birds, but also a whole new world of Homo sapiens, and I've learned so much from them.
Well, I think there's been a big step change in China's progress on biodiversity in the last 10 years or so. I think what we've seen over the last few years is a real genuine understanding that the environment is important. This philosophy of ecological civilization, which has been promoted in China, and it's essentially an understanding that you cannot have a healthy economy without a healthy environment.
For 2024, I started a subscription account on WeChat. It's named 鸟也无涯. It translates to Birding Beyond. I started different subsections such as poem writing, different bird species. I write travelogues, I share the places I visited, etc. At first it was meant to be pure self-entertaining, but I was really happy to hear from my fellow birders that they've really enjoyed the articles and found them amusing, and even learning from them. 2023 and the first half of 2024 was occupied by intensive birding. I had goals, I birded hard, and tried everything to make it happen. But later on, I've learned to relax, to go with the flow, and to look forward to the immense possibilities waiting ahead. If there's hope, then there's a way out.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Move over plastic. Bamboo is here to save the day. This fast-growing biodegradable wonder is being transformed into eco-friendly products like drinking straws, all without chemicals or microplastics. We take you inside the world's largest bamboo straw factory in Anhui Province, where cutting-edge techniques are turning raw bamboo into sustainable solutions. From forest to factory, bamboo is proving it's not just for pandas, it's a key player in the fight for a greener future.
Well, health experts warn that regular exposure to microplastics, for example, from plastic utensils, can lead to long-term health issues.
For years, we are looking for a new material to replace plastics, and today we're going to dive into alternative solution with a distinct Chinese touch. And that solution is bamboo. Yes, the plant that giant pandas feast upon every day. Bamboo can be made into all kinds of daily necessities, like these drinking straws. But how difficult is it to transform this giant plant into something we can hold? I went to find out. This is the largest bamboo straw processing factory in the world. Here, big bamboo chunks get chopped up and shaped into perfectly sized sticks. The production of bamboo straws requires no chemicals, and they do not release harmful elements like microplastics during usage. Fresh! The trickiest part to turn the solid sticks into hollow drinking straws is stashed away inside these boxes. Here, they will be drilled from both ends, but keeping them straight is challenging. Bamboo sticks naturally bend because they have more fibers on the outer side than the inner side.
Now we use high-temperature steam to treat them to improve their dimensional stability.
While heated steam helps the bamboo stay straight, the high temperatures generated during the drilling process, on the other hand, are less desirable.
We use air-blow technology with cold air to reduce heat and blow out bamboo dust quickly.
So how does bamboo compare to other types of drinking straws, like PLA straws?
PLA requires industrial composting at high temperature, but for bamboo, it can be decomposed literally in soil within months.
Well, bamboo can be used not only for something small, but something this big. Well, no, this cooling tower is not made of bamboo. It's about what's inside.
Little did I know that I was stepping inside a mystical realm.
These are bamboo sticks in their natural form, nestled inside this industrial monster of a cooling tower. What are they doing here?
These bamboo sticks are arranged in grits. Their naturally curved surfaces slow down the flow of hot water through them, enhancing the water's contact with air and thereby accelerating the cooling process.
Previously, most cooling towers used plastic fillers, which was less effective at cooling and had a shorter lifespan compared to bamboo grids. Switching to bamboo reduced maintenance costs. Moreover, plastic releases carbon dioxide, whereas bamboo absorbs it, significantly easing the pressure on our company to meet environmental standards.
I visited the factory where these bamboo grits are manufactured. This assembly line has been chugging along for nearly 2 decades. The owner, Mr. Liu, shared that he's investing over $2 million to upgrade to a more automated process next year.
Over 70% of power plants globally still use plastic packing, and China's shift to bamboo is just starting. While adoption is currently limited to small private plants, government support is driving large power companies to promote it. A vast market is opening.
Since 2022, China has invested around $7 million in research focused on replacing plastic with bamboo products.
We have collaborated with universities in countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, signing over 20 agreements.
From the lush bamboo forest to global collaboration, the Incheon plant is regaining spotlight on the world stage. Many expect it to contribute to a sustainable future, proving it can be so much more than just panda food.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
History meets innovation in the summoning of Dunhuang, a groundbreaking theatrical production that revives the spirit of the ancient Silk Road city. Through a dazzling mix of music, dance, theater, and multimedia art, the show transforms Beijing's national speed skating oval into a breathtaking stage, turning heritage into an unforgettable spectacle.
The Summoning of Dunhuang is the National Theatre of China's first musical play. It merges music, dance, and acting to tell the story of Dunhuang, a world-renowned cultural treasure from a unique Chinese perspective. With its eclectic mix of theater, music, dance, and multimedia art, the production offers a truly unusual stage experience. From 1935 to 2035. From Paris to Dunhuang, its narrative spans continents and centuries. The intertwining stories of 2 generations explore the enduring legacy of Dunhuang and its artisans. Dunhuang, in northwest China's Gansu Province, is a symbol of cultural resilience. Located at the crossroads of the ancient Silk Road, Its caves house over 1,000 years of Buddhist art and manuscripts. These murals represent the spirit of exploration and preservation that resonates even today.
我觉得我要是真有能力的话，就是拍一个敦煌。
I dreamed of creating a play about Dunhuang, but it was daunting. The challenge was found a way to capture its essence without losing the bigger picture, or to find a starting point within Dunhuang's history spanning millennia.
然后就想到了这样的一个方式。
That's when I conceived the idea of two intertwined love stories. One from Chang Shu-hong's 1935 perspective, finding Dunhuang's essence through his deep love for it, and another from a modern young person focusing on Dunhuang in 2035.
Chang Shu-hong, widely known as the guardian of Dunhuang, left a promising artist's life in Paris in the 1930s and returned to China during the wartime to help preserve the Mogao caves. Chang was the founding director of the Dunhuang Academy, now in its 80th year. Both Chang Shu-hong and Zhang Ran, an intern at the Dunhuang Digital Research Center a century later, are portrayed by actor and singer Zhang Yixing. He took on the challenge of playing dual roles to bring the century-spanning narrative to life.
Actually, it's best if there's something unique about the character in every aspect, whether it's through singing, dancing, or speaking.
主要这次的挑战来源于整体的，我觉得就是受众的多元化。
The main challenge this time lies in meeting the diverse expectations of audiences, including concertgoers, play lovers, dance drama fans, and theater lovers. Each has their own standards, and that's what makes it so difficult.
Zhang is known for his electrifying performances in singing, dancing, and film. He dedicated extensive time and effort to refining his delivery to meet the rigorous demands of live theater.
过去我们的京剧艺术、昆曲艺术。
Our classical theater traditions like Beijing opera and Kunqu opera demand mastery of civil and martial roles. I truly hope to see an exceptional actor of our time who can integrate singing, acting, and dancing into a seamless performance. It's also a way of passing on and preserving the legacy of ancient theatrical arts.
One of the show's most captivating features is its digital staging. Scenes from 1935 Paris were pre-filmed on a specially built set in Shanghai.
回看100年的时候是
A century ago, Chang Shu-hong was studying art in Paris. As a painter of Western art, he often pondered, what is the path forward for Chinese artists? This question lingered until he came across over 300 illustrations of Dunhuang murals at a street stall in France. He was utterly captivated. In that moment, he knew where his path lay. At the time, China was ravaged by war, yet Chang resolutely returned to his homeland and dedicated himself to preserving Dunhuang's art. While we now see his dedication as resolute, for him, it felt like a natural summoning. In 1935, as Chang Shu-hong walked on the streets of France, he might have envisioned those Buddhist figure images accompanying him, walking alongside. This idea is brought to life through a combination of 2D animation and live-action filming.
The inspiration for creating the Buddhist figure images on the massive screens originated from the creative team's field trip to Dunhuang.
敦煌的绘画，一些静态的。Seeing some static Dunhuang murals left a lasting visual imprint in my mind. Figures from the murals start moving in my mind, so I can mentally reconstruct those visuals, turning them into something modern audiences can relate to through multimedia techniques.
To accommodate the extensive use of digital screens, the production is set in a massive sports arena.
这种变化也给多媒体时空上的这种转移。
Such transitions also enhance our ability to depict time-space shifts with multimedia. We are using advanced broadcasting technology to achieve rapid spatial transitions.
This also means that after completing traditional rehearsals, the entire team had to move into a digital studio to fine-tune their performances using cutting-edge machines. But technology doesn't always cooperate.
The big screen has never had this issue before. The signal on site has been stable these days. This frosted glass effect isn't supposed to happen.
And even human factors, like makeup designs, can require extra adjustments for high-definition screens.
This show is no longer a traditional play, nor is it a musical or a dance drama. It has become a fully cinematic stage production. Even the slightest imperfection in the makeup would be glaringly visible on screen. That's why we strive to achieve the same level of refinement as we would when working on a film.
Chen Mingzheng, renowned for his work as a makeup and costume designer in numerous films and TV dramas, oversees the makeup and styling for the production. To authentically recreate scenes of the protagonist's life in Europe nearly a century ago, he meticulously studied everything from makeup to clothing, drawing on extensive historical references.
We did some research and found that there were Chinese people wearing qingpao on the streets of Paris at that time. In 1934, Europe was going through a major economic collapse. People were somewhat scaling back on their attire, with less emphasis on luxury and refinement. As a result, when shooting these scenes, we were careful to capture that feel. For example, women aren't wearing gold or silver accessories, and their headpieces and clothes are relatively simple.
Equally pivotal to this musical play is its newly created music pieces. The production enlisted celebrated Hong Kong composer Peter Kam, who single-handedly crafted all the original music for the show.
When I was called to do the show, I was imagining, Dunhuang music, but in many ways this is actually quite predictable. And then I think the director has a very modern vision about, what she wants to achieve.
Kam works closely with director Tian to find the perfect balance between modernity and tradition, resulting in a dynamic score that enriches the story.
For example, we have a song in the show that's called Party Party, Paris Paris, right? So the director wants a French-style song. There are many different kinds of French-style songs. So I give it a few tries, and then the director said, no, you're doing an American Broadway type French song. I want a more French type song. So we listen to more French type songs that are actually produced by French composers and songwriters, and see what kind of styles that they like. Between me and the director, we try to find this common ground and aesthetic that not only works for the show, but can fulfill it being French for both of us.
From the music to the choreography, the entire production embraces a distinctly modern aesthetic.
The overall dance style of the production is rooted in modern techniques, reflecting the director's vision to create a performance that resonates with younger audiences. The segment we just rehearsed uses chairs as placeholders for what will ultimately be life-sized horses on stage. This scene depicts a horseback journey from Changshu Hong's life, highlighting tense moments such as dramatic twists and near falls from the horse, followed by recoveries. Through this, we aim to convey his urgency and determination at the time.
没有他的日子，敦煌的颜色是黑白的。
From the intricate designs of stage sets to the fusion of traditional artistry with advanced digital technology, every element of the production works together to breathe new life into Dunhuang's cultural legacy, paving the way for a deeper connection with audiences today.
闪烁一望。
The musical play combines the profound history of the past with cutting-edge digital technology to create an immersive aesthetic experience. I hope the audience will discover more layers of this culture.
我非常感谢这个剧组所有的人。
I'm deeply grateful to everyone in this production for their tireless efforts, day and night. I believe we should make Dunhuang art come alive for the younger generation, allowing them to experience its charm. By presenting a dissected and interpreted version of Dunhuang, we hope to reveal its beauty to them.
From the skies above Beijing to the forests of Anhui and the ancient echoes of Dunhuang, China's cultural and environmental innovations remind us that the future is built on the stories we tell and the steps we take today. Thanks for joining us on Meet China. I'm Julian Wacken, and I'll see you next time.
Discover the potential. Witness the opportunities. Experience dazzling exhibitions and captivating events. Explore groundbreaking innovations and future-shaping industries. Stand at the crossroads where the cities of tomorrow meet timeless traditions. Meet China, where every story is a new discovery.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.